Dr. Kemi lawyer for Kemi Talks Media. It's Friday, the 2nd of May 2025. Let's talk about the VDM arrest. First of all, I don't talk about VDM anymore. Why? Because one, I've retired from journalism and I don't really do anything on news items. Unless it's a news item that I investigated and I was vindicated and somebody got justice, that's when I come back to update the case. Other than that, I don't really talk about anybody anymore, especially VDM, after what you guys did to me on Facebook, okay? I'm seriously minding my business now. I have no opinions on anything or anybody, and I've detached from everybody, okay? I did a story about VDM shortly before I retired. And next thing, my comments were spammed by you on Facebook saying, Abi, they've paid me 500K. I don't know anything about that. Something about some bloggers were paid 500K to make VDM look bad. Would I be the one doing that? Was I not the one that was always supporting VDM, always putting his plight out in the Bobrisky stories? You guys are just like, you just waste somebody's intelligence. You're disrespectful and you don't appreciate me. I'm not in Nigeria anymore. It's going to be almost 2.5 years now. And I did a lot of work on that Bobrisky VDM Falano case. And next thing you know, I'm part of those bloggers. Everybody was writing the same thing. Did you collect 500,000? Don't associate me with that nonsense. Okay? I don't collect bribes. If I collected bribes, I'll be rich. I would never ask you for money for anything. Now I want to talk about this case with VDM. And I'm going to switch to Yoruba. Deji Adeyanju. Deji, ṣó rántí pé mo pè é sometimes around October of 2024 tí mo sọ fún ẹ pé GT Bank wọ́n block YouTube video mi. I will have that YouTube video at the end of this video. I called you, Deji, and we spoke. And you said that you're in court. I should contact you later that evening. Send everything, and you will call me later that evening. Deji, you never followed up. For 3 days, I messaged you. You never followed up. And you are very busy. And I do appreciate the fact that you had time to talk to me and everything. Do you remember that conversation? That conversation that Segun Agbaje has blocked my YouTube video of GT Bank. 4 journalists from different media houses were arrested. They're like me, independent journalists. Agbaje wa lọ arrest gbogbo wọn because they found 1 trillion naira fraud in GT Bank. At the very same time when they did this story, 4 separate journalists at 3 different media houses. At the same time when they did this story, GT was giving huge raises to their top people and they were all looking good. Àwọn journalists mẹ́rin wá find 1 trillion naira fraud. Ẹ wá fẹ́ cover arrest our journalists here. GT went to the IGP. They arrested all the journalists, and they're prominent people. Okay, they're real solid investigative journalists. They arrested all 4 of them, and then they locked them up. As of now, it will be like almost 6 months that those guys have been locked up. I have not heard anything in the news of them being released. So Kemi lawyer gets on TikTok, YouTube, and all her platforms, and I did a video. And the video basically was asking Agbaje to release the journalists because they're not blackmailing you. You now turned it around to the IGP and told them that they're blackmailing you, and that's why they were arrested. Okay? CPJ got involved, the Committee to Protect Journalists in New York. World global bodies got involved, just like they got involved with mine and Ibiyomi. And Deji, you were the one that went to protest for me during that Ibiyomi case. I thank you for what you did for me, but Deji, mo sọ fún ẹ, ìpè Guarantee Trust Bank, fraud you ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀. What if they silence me? So when YouTube sent me the notification, what YouTube said was that we have blocked your video from Nigeria. If you're outside Nigeria, you can watch that video of GT. But if you're in Nigeria, you couldn't watch it. Meta refused. They block lórí Facebook. They block lórí TikTok. YouTube no lo back. And YouTube, when I contested it with YouTube, okay, YouTube basically told me to fill an appeal form. I've not filled it till today, okay, because I wanted you, Deji, to go after GT Bank for me, all right? Because I wanted to put them through Pepe. Mo le sue wọn fún gbogbo YouTube revenue tí mo lose on that video. At the end of the day, what I was trying to do, Deji, was to get Agbaje's attention because all these guys are alleged fraudsters. Let them look at that investigation those journalists had, and let's see it. Instead of turning around and say they blackmailed you, come after cybercrime law, arrest everybody. This is why many of us left Nigeria, because you cannot work as a journalist if there's a cybercrime law. Those of you in mass communication school, I'm telling you now, don't go and work at any journalist there. You leave the country unless you want to work for the slave masters, the people frustrating you already. The TVCs, the AITs, and all the government-owned and politician-owned media. Because they will arrest you. You cannot work as a journalist. Everybody has left. Ogundipe is running people's cases out of New York. Sahara is run out of New York. Onde is somewhere in Ghana. Everybody has left that country. And I left, and I still practice, and I retired, in the course of things on February 9th. So what I'm saying right now, okay, is that, Deji, you never contacted me back on this case. So by the time YouTube came back to me, YouTube said I should fill an appeal form. I could win that appeal, but I want to collect my damages from GT because I lost YouTube revenue. Our videos to viral gone. It will cut YouTube revenue me. Number 2, when I looked at that block, okay, that block was specifically because there are local laws. That's what YouTube told me. Anytime there's local laws in a country and they want to block a video, we have to abide by the local laws, which is how it's done. So the local law is the cybercrime law, where somebody might say, you are defaming them or block that video. And that's why YouTube blocked it. Timbafe fight Google. Hey. Jacking the American side. Moniko Banshe Kondi, Joe Banshe. Timbalog by US lawyer. Timo sue Google. I want to sue Meta Google. Google now for blocking that thing. I will only have to say that I'm a journalist, international, and my freedom of speech was blocked because I'm a Nigerian American. Okay, the key word is American. Google is owned by America, and I happen to do the video outside Nigeria. IBN or Rosimali. Pay me $babala for damages. GT. Now what happened today? What's a big client say? The same GT. Can somebody not demand accountability? But what on genuine banks in Nigeria? Banks are stealing money in Nigeria, left, right, and center. Every single bank, even my first bank, there were some erroneous charges on my account, 1,000 for this, whatever. And that 1,000 went like 5 times. Why? It's a month. I haven't gotten a credit. I've called my manager. If they steal 1,000, 1,000, 4,000 from you for another person, they crowdfund it and they make money. Banks are stealing money. Bank managers are stealing money. But bank managers don't in Nigeria at the same time. London. Bank At the end of the day, there's fraud going on in many banks in Nigeria. And if somebody took a loan and used VDM's mother's NIN number, okay, there's nothing wrong with accountability. The bank must show up with accountability. But if I don't see VDM, okay, my advice clients, VDM fit too much information, he could be an online police, he could be an activist, but he got them ready for that arrest. He got them ready. Because he had posted, he had done videos, Insta blog, so they were ready. They went to the IGP. Once he go laugh one bay, once he organized Boshima arrested in the bank. Okay, those of you that are VDM fans, you need to go and fight for VDM now. So I stopped talking about VDM altogether because I don't want to be involved in anything, okay? When I had neuropathy, and I still have it, I begged VDM for money. You know what I mean? I tagged him. Some of you tagged him too and all that. I never heard back from him. So please don't assume that he gave me money or anything. I'm still suffering till today. Plus all this mental stuff from my father's death, the post-trauma that came out, No, it's not a sense of entitlement. He doesn't have to give me money. But ever since you guys came and attacked me on that 500,000, I mean they've paid you to 500K. I will not allow that. It was too much. So that's why I haven't talked about VDM. They're in TikTok now asking when am I going to talk about VDM. But I decided to talk about VDM today because of that same reason that I told the lawyer to call me. Because Guaranty Trust Bank is a bank that's mistreating Nigerians. I'm saying it straight up. And there's nothing you can do. Sheikh Mwagbaje, ole, ni gbogboyin, ole, ni gbogboyin, ni GT, Guaranty Trust Bank. Finish. Kemi Lawyer, May 2nd, 2025. I'm live where I am.